Grab your Instant Pot, friends. We're making a honey glazed chicken with quinoa and veggies that is so easy, so delicious, fast to make. Let's run through the easy ingredient list and get started with this delicious recipe.
Here are the ingredients we'll be using today. They will also be listed out in the description box below.
The first thing that we're gonna do is get our veggies prepped. And so I like to start with the ones that are gonna make the least amount of a mess. So in my opinion, that's the carrots. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel these. You don't have to peel carrots. The outside actually contains a prebiotic fiber that's really good for the gut, but I'm gonna peel it just so that it's prettier. That's the only reason I'm doing it. Okay. If you have bunny rabbits, they will love this. I do not. Okay, now I'm just gonna chop the ends off. Set those aside. And I want to do these in slices, so you can decide if you want them on the bias or not. I think I do, because it'll just be prettier. So in order to do this, I'm just going to take it on a 45-degree angle. And you can see I'm making them pretty thin, but I'm going to leave them big because I think they look really good like that. Oops. Watch those fingers, my friends. And if you feel like they're getting too big, what I'm gonna do is just chop these in half, actually. I think that looks better. Okay, so let's just finish chopping them up. Okay. So you can see they are looking fabulous. Let's taste it. Then just set them aside. Next, we're going to chop up our bell peppers. So I am simply going to go all the way around the bell pepper and pry the inside out, and we're just going to set that aside. I'm going to do that for both of them. Now I cut a bell pepper differently if I'm just trying to make it as easy as possible, but since I'm doing this and I want it to look pretty, I'm doing it a different way than normal. So you want to get all of that, the white out inside of there, because it can be bitter. You could use any kind of bell pepper that you like, and if you don't like peppers, you can use any kind of veggie that you like. This recipe is really forgiving. I love the vibrant color, so that's why I chose red. Each plant has different phytonutrients in them, and phytonutrients are literally amazing chemical compounds that the plant has. And food is information for our cells, so I get really hyped up about that. Okay, so with this, think about like how you want the final product to be. So since I want things to be bite-sized, I'm gonna go with strips first. Just kind of cut everything in strips. Always make sure your fingers are out of the way. You don't want to accidentally cut them. So now to dice them, I'm gonna just simply turn them sideways and then just come straight down. Did you know that red peppers are really high in vitamin C? Okay, ooh, look at all those red peppers. Looks delicious. To make my life easier, I love this spatula thing. This, not spatula, what is this thing called? Let me know in the comments if you know what this is called, because for the life of me, I can't think of it right now. Okay, I'm gonna take this, set it aside. Next, we're gonna grab our, what is this? A lime. And I'm gonna do this now because it's less to think about for later. So we're gonna just zest it. I highly recommend not skipping the lime. Alternatively, you can use a lemon. I just really like the flavor of lime with honey. It's just not the same if you don't have this fresh ingredient, trust me, friends. I'm gonna grab all of this deliciousness. You do not have to use a little bowl. I'm simply doing this for the video, that's all. I do not do this normally because it just takes time. But I'm doing this for you guys. Give me a thumbs up if you appreciate the effort. Set it aside. Okay, we are ready to rock and roll. Actually, one more thing. For the cilantro, we are using both the leaves and the stems, but the stems are what we're gonna cook it in. So I'm gonna just, it will dissolve, I promise. And we often think about leaving, like removing the stems and throwing them away. There's so much flavor in them. There's actually, I feel, more flavor. And if you were to cook the leaves, they're gonna turn brown and we don't want that. How many bowls can I use, friends? How many bowls? Okay, we got this. Ready to rock and roll, my friends. I lied, friends. I lied. Now we're gonna cut our chicken. Of course, I'm doing this last, right? So take both of our chicken breasts, and I wanna just cut them into like bite-sized pieces. So first I'm gonna go the long way. Now what we're gonna do is simply turn it the other way and just make them into chunks. I'm looking for a rough estimate. It doesn't have to be perfectly, everything's the same size, which is the name of the game when I'm cooking, because friends, I am not perfect. Anyone out there perfect? If so, let me know. I would love to meet you. I'd love to see what perfect looks like. Okay. One more that way. This one gets sneak in there without getting cut. Okay. Perfecto. That looks about as close to perfect as I'm gonna be able to do. Now we're gonna set our Instant Pot to saute. Make sure it's saute on high. Let it heat up. Now we're gonna add in the avocado oil. I like to lift the liner up and make sure the whole bottom is coated. Let that oil heat up just a drop. Now we're gonna add in our chicken. I'm using my Instant Pot Mini because I have it. Why not use it? You can use a bigger Instant Pot. You can use whatever you've got. How is it that it already smells good and I didn't even put any seasoning on this chicken yet? The chicken does not have to be fully cooked. We're just looking for it to get a little bit of color on it because really the biggest reason is it's gonna increase the depth of flavor. That's the biggest reason. I also feel like the texture is better, but you don't have to get perfect by worrying about every side of the chicken. And can we just give me a thumbs up here for my chicken not sticking? A great hack, I'm telling you, is let the Instant Pot actually get hot. Then add the oil and lift the liner up. It works like a charm. Okay, that's perfect because we don't need it to be cooked through, okay? Now, we're gonna add the 1/4 of a cup of water. Okay, you could add all of it, but it's just harder to do this. And really what I'm doing is I'm deglazing the bottom of the pot. Nothing is really stuck on, but I like to do this anyway. Okay, this recipe is just coming together so quickly. Okay, next we're gonna add the dried spices. We're gonna actually dump everything in. The lime, cilantro, this is rinsed and drained. I'm gonna add in sherry. What is she doing? You guys are probably wondering. The honey. I am going to need a different spatula to get all that out, but I'll do it in a second. And now just stir everything together. And to make my life easier, let's put the rest of that water in. Oh, friends, it smells amazing already. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab a spatula and we're gonna just make sure all of that quinoa is underneath the water. I am gonna press cancel on the Instant Pot because we're about to pressure cook. This recipe comes together so quickly. Everything does not have to be submerged under the water because it's going to cook. Don't you worry, my friends, don't you worry. Get the rest of that honey out of there. Ugh, good grief, I love this. This is Manuka honey. If you've never tried it, I will leave a link below for you to try Manuka honey. It's my favorite. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to eat this. Okay. Okay, set that to sealing, very important. Then we're gonna set it to high pressure for 4 minutes. Once the pin is dropped, open up the Instant Pot. I'm gonna grab a fork and I'm just gonna fluff everything. Oh wow, this looks amazing. We're gonna add that cilantro. And we're gonna take that lime, squeeze it right in. I'm only gonna use half of this lime because it's super juicy. Stir everything together. Wowzer.
This recipe was so easy. It's perfect for meal prep. I highly recommend you try it.
The moment of truth, my friends, look at this. Oh. I gotta tell you, my entire house smells amazing. Oop. Let me go in for the perfect bite with a little bit of everything. Let me grab one of those carrots. Do you see how colorful this recipe is, my friends? This is so flavorful. The chicken is cooked perfect. The quinoa, normally I'm not the biggest fan of quinoa. I think it tastes delicious in this. Alternatively, you can swap it out for rice, like a white rice or jasmine rice, basmati rice. But I like the extra protein and all of the nutrients that quinoa has to offer. Cheers, friends. The cilantro is so good. The lime juice, it hits with that extra zing at the end. Hope you enjoyed today's recipe. Thanks for spending time with me, and I'll see you very soon. Bye, friends.